everybody, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things horror, and today I am doing a reaction review to the latest trailer for The Exorcist Believer. We are currently having thunderstorms here, so it is a good morning to be watching spooky stuff. I did already see this trailer at a screening of Oppenheimer last week and had some thoughts on it, so I thought I would jump on here and rewatch the trailer and just give my overall reaction to it.
Good day. Hey, be home by dinner.
I love you. Good morning, Mr. Fielding.
Morning, Catherine.
And here are your daughters, Angela and Catherine. It's about 7 hours ago, and that's the last information we have.
Catherine!
Angela?
If you can hear this, we love you. Please come home.
So I am going to be pausing it throughout, sorry if that's annoying. But one thing that I am really intrigued about with this film is the cast, particularly the casting of Leslie Odom Jr., who I'm a huge fan of. I shamelessly blast the Hamilton soundtrack all the time. So he's a great actor and I'm excited to see him in more film roles. Obviously you also have casting of Anne Dowd, and of course we know Ellen Bernstein is going to be in this. So you do have a great cast here, and these are actors that I feel like would not be jumping onto a project if the writing was not on par with their acting talent. So I'm very intrigued by the cast here.
Hey, you found her? What are you and Catherine doing out there in those woods?
We were just walking and walking. That's all I remember.
Angela, can you tell your dad how long you were gone?
A few hours.
Baby, you've been gone 3 days.
I remember being in the theater and thinking that this trailer looks like a very generic thriller. I was like, oh, here's another generic horror film from Blumhouse. And then when that Exorcist music came on, when the theme came on, I remember turning to the people that I was seeing Oppenheimer with and being like, is this The Exorcist? So immediately I was already a little hesitant about what this trailer was presenting. Also, to the audience that I was with, started laughing at various points throughout this trailer, which wasn't a great sign. But here, we'll keep watching.
What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Thought I heard you say something.
Hey, baby. You okay?
Wherever those girls went, they brought something back with them. The body and the blood of Jesus Christ.
I do think it's interesting that this film is having 2 girls get possessed, and I'm curious what the backstory is going to be of how they got possessed, and I'm hoping that it's not going to be just the kind of generic, 2 girls in the forest find a Ouija board and unleash a spirit. I feel like that has become such a cliche now in possession films. I was just watching a really generic possession movie the other day, and what happens? You have a group of girls that pull out a Ouija board and try to speak to spirits, and so I feel like that trope has been overdone. So I'm really curious to see what David Gordon Green is going to do here, how he's actually going to handle the possession itself, how these girls are going to even get into contact with this demon. I'm assuming that the demon is going to be Pazuzu from the first film, because why wouldn't it be?
Body in the blood? Body in the blood?
Catherine.
Body in the blood. The body in the blood. The body in the blood.
Catherine.
The body in the blood. The body in the blood.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Mommy?
No, but there are people out there who have.
You have some experience with possession.
Yes, more than I'd like.
I believe you can help get our girls back.
I'm not entirely sure how to feel about the casting of Ellen Bernstein here. I mean, yes, obviously she played the mother in the original film, but I don't know, there's something about it that just feels strange that they would be having her be the one to come back. I don't know if Regan is gonna have any kind of role in this film. Like, I feel like her being the one that actually went through the possession would have made a little bit more sense to come in and be like, yes, I have experience with this. My sense of the mom character in the original film is that she was someone that once she got her daughter back to normal, she just wanted to leave that whole situation behind, like almost kind of forget that it ever happened. It has been several years since I've seen Exorcist II: The Heretic, so I'm not entirely sure what the relationship was between Regan and her mom in that film. I don't think Ellen Bernstein was present in that sequel, but I could be wrong. So I just never got from the mom character in the original that after the whole incident, she would be someone to go on talk shows and be writing books, as they show in the trailer, about the experience. I mean, I do know that in the original film she was an actress and in show business, but she just didn't come across as the type of character that would maybe like exploit her daughter and the situation that they went through. And again, my question when I'm seeing all this stuff is like, well, where is Regan throughout all of this? Like, what's her say in her mom going on talk shows and talking about this?
Exorcism is a ritual. Every culture, every religion, they all use different methods. It's going to take all of them.
Don't be scared,
We've met before.
Mother.
So this is another thing that I find kind of weird about Ellen Bernstein's character in this, and it feels like they're very much taking a page out of what they were doing with the Halloween trilogy, because this is the same director, writers, I'm pretty sure. But it feels a little odd because it's not like the mom had any kind of real battle with the demon in the original. She was obviously very much a victim of Pazuzu and kind of all the weird stuff that was happening. But as far as the actual exorcism itself, like, she wasn't even in the room for that. The only time you see her really is in the aftermath of it all, but for the most part, it's the two priests that are just in the room with Regan doing the exorcism. And the original Exorcist is very much the story of Father Karras. The big climactic battle at the end is really between him and him having to deal with his personal demons while also fighting this actual demon that's in front of him. So I find the original film is very much more so his story rather than it is really Regan's or the mom's. And again, Ellen Bernstein only got the priests to come and convinced them that her daughter needed an exorcism, but it's not like she was one there studying up on exorcisms or actually taking part in the process of it. So it's a little weird that in this one she's just coming in and is now this expert on exorcisms. Again, it feels very much like what they were trying to do with Laurie Strode, Michael Myers storyline in the recent Halloween films. And I was not a fan of the characterization of Laurie Strode in those films, so I'm a little worried about what they're going to be doing with Ellen Bernstein's character here. With these horror reboots, it seems that David Gordon Green just kind of defaults to having these legacy characters be like all consumed with this trauma that they went through in the past, and that just becomes their whole personality and they don't have a lot of nuance to them. So I'm a little worried that that's what we're gonna get here with Ellen Bernstein's character, that she's just gonna come in and just be like talking about exorcisms all the time, and it's not really gonna feel authentic to who her character was at the end of the original film.
What did you do?
Is that Catherine's heartbeat?
They're beating in sync.
God played a trick on you.
Okay, pause that before they give me a copyright strike on the music. I know there's been some dialogue online about them using the flash camera effect in this, and that it's very much a callback to the unreleased trailer of the 1970s. If you're unaware, the trailer for the original Exorcist in, what was it, the early 1970s, used this flash camera effect and was actually banned for a while. So they're bringing in some of the franchise lore into this, and it is cool. It is a creepy effect. However, at this point, this kind of use of fan service doesn't really do much for me. I feel like this is the Blumhouse branding now, where they take these very beloved properties and they give you a lot of fan service throughout. But unfortunately, more often than not, this focus on fan service often leads to the detriment of the narrative and the character development. So I see this trailer and I'm like, yeah, cool, but I don't feel like it really gave me anything where, you know, I feel confident about going into it that this is going to be a solid sequel to The Exorcist. I definitely have a lot of questions about things, but visually, this trailer did not do much for me. I do think back to some of the trailers for the original film where it's just the one image of the priest arriving outside of Reagan's house, and I think you might have some like voiceover telling you what's going on.
Something beyond comprehension is happening to a little girl on this street, in this house.
And that silhouetted image of the exorcist standing under the street lamp, just kind of looking at the house, is so effective, and there's just so much atmosphere already built into that one image. It feels creepy, they're not giving too much away, and I kind of wish that this trailer had done something like that. Like, I would have liked to have seen more of the atmosphere of the film, because the original Exorcist is very much an atmospheric movie, and that's what I wanted to see with this trailer. Like, okay, Blumhouse, David Gordon Green, Danny McBride, I don't know if he's a part of this, but if you're gonna come in here and be like, yes, this is the true sequel to The Exorcist, then give me something more. Help me understand the vision, the world that we're going to be in, rather than a bunch of quick cut images of possession stuff that I feel like at this point we've already seen in a million different Exorcist ripoffs. So yeah, I don't know. I'm keeping my expectations for this incredibly low. I'm hoping that they surprise me when I do go see the film in October, but just given Blumhouse's track record with these kinds of things, yeah, just keeping the expectations low. What are your thoughts on the Exorcist trailer? Are you excited for this movie? Are you not? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.